Raw, untamed, and filled with history, the West Coast is a place where the wild still writes the rules. Out here, the fog rolls through the pines, and every ridge hides a new story. The hunt isn't just a pursuit, it's a return to something older, quieter, and more instinctive. It pulls you out of the modern-day rush and into a primal rhythm where you're reminded that you're a part of the landscape, not separate from it. Steeped in challenge, rich with opportunity, and waiting to be earned, today we're in pursuit of the ever-elusive black-tailed deer. On this hunt, I'm joined by my good friend Clint Easley. Clint has been filming hunts for over 15 years and has chased game across the world. For me, this opportunity means something different. I didn't grow up hunting.
Here, yep. But you actually want it to go straight all the way down through your body.
No dad, brother, or uncle passing it down.
We can do a little tick mark once you're laying down looking through it.
My pull toward it came later in life. Shaped by years of adventure, surfing, backpacking, hiking, and camping. Last season, I was fortunate enough to fill 2 tags. And as I shared those stories with Clint, the idea sparked for him to come down and join me for a blacktail hunt. Clint showed up ready. He helped me zero my new rifle and optics, making sure everything was dialed before we stepped into the hills.
You told me we were going to see a lot of bucks like that one we just saw.
I haven't seen a buck off the side of this road before like that, ever. So to be able to get that kind of as we're pushing into the country,
I hope it's a good omen.
Yeah, I'd say it's a great omen.
Yeah.
Just to a knob just in front of us. So we get up here, we're gonna glass and work our way up the hill.
We headed out to a spot where I had done some preseason scouting. I'm excited not just to learn from Clint, but to show him the terrain that has inspired me for so much of my life.
It's getting fired up a little bit. This is my kind of hunter.
Hunting here is a challenge to say the least. Steep country, shifting winds, and predators all add to the difficulty. But the views, the wildlife, and the connection to the land make every step worth it.
It's good. It's a good warm up. Saw quite a bit. I think in total we got 13 deer this morning that we saw, which is pretty great for first morning. This is steep country, but there's tons of game trails everywhere, and so I think we should go push across that creek. Okay. Check this other side and see if that playground's available and open, and if it is, stay here for a night or two and see if we can chase down that buck you saw.
Our main objective was to get inventory, but we're in a tough to reach area, so we're going to see what else we can find in closer proximity. There's few things as satisfying as finding water out here. With temperatures in the low 90s, water is an absolute must. And there's a primal satisfaction for when you hear that sweet stream of water against rock.
Holy moly, that water felt good.
Heck yeah, needed that. Probably if we can push up this right here and kind of glass down into it. It's hot today, and This is a water source. I'm assuming they're probably gonna want some water before they start their nightly feeding.
Yeah.
like bucks. You got something for me? I got a shooter finally. What a find. Dude, that's a good buck. That's a great buck, dude. I have 750. I'm going to say that's not enough time based off of where he is, but I think he's going to feed in that vicinity. It's our first night staying here. We have tomorrow morning, the evening, and the morning. Got waters, got the tents, game set up. It's like primo light right now, so this is like exactly what we're looking for. And we got time on our side, which is great.
With our second morning approaching, and a good grasp on where the bucks are hanging out, we decided to push up a little bit further to get closer to where we saw the bucks in the evening time. Hopefully, this would allow us to make a play. If not, get us in a position where we could take it down in the evening. We found another buck this morning. However, this one was even further away than the buck we saw the night before.
There's deer everywhere in here. There's a lot of opportunity, for sure. We know there's a buck there. We know there's a buck there. Easily, there's a buck over here somewhere, I'm sure of it. And there's water on both sides, like you mentioned. Yeah. So if we just go slow and steady and try to feed. Oh yeah, that's gonna be today's objective. Yeah.
Clint and I decided to divide and conquer. We figured if we got to the top of the ridge, we could have one of us looking into the valley where we saw the buck, and another one keeping an eye on that water source.
It's full sun. It's really hot out here. We found another buck this morning. It could have been the same buck from yesterday evening. The problem is, it's about 4 ranges over in the wrong direction from camp, and it'd be a pretty big haul to go get it, especially right now. The sun, when it goes down, will get this shady really quickly. Hopefully get him this evening, or maybe making a move early in the morning tomorrow, so tomorrow morning's our last morning.
And all of a sudden, something caught Clint's eye.
Here's a little status update for you. The sun just set, so these canyons get dark really fast as far as the visibility. I'm trying to get Alex over here because I'd love to prioritize him shooting one.
Clint, being the outstanding human being that he is, wanted to prioritize me taking the first shot. So he managed to get my attention, and I trekked across the other side of the ridge.
See that solo spot right there? Yep.
Clint had spotted one of the target bucks we were after, but the light was just going too fast in these canyons, and there wasn't enough light to make an ethical shot. So we decided to wait till morning and make a play on the buck then. With this being our last morning, I was going to push up the ridge and get a high vantage point on where we saw the buck last night. Clint was going to push in and come up the valley so we could pinpoint where we saw the buck and make a play, since today was our last day before Clint had to fly out of here.
One of those 2 bucks has a little split on the top. 3x2. Looks like he's probably gonna push over to the back where we know there's a spring down at the bottom.
One of the trickiest parts of public land hunting is exactly what we ran into here. We'd been hunting this area for the past 3 days, And unfortunately, 2 other hunters pushed into the bowl about 5 minutes ahead of us.
He's gonna get toasty up there. We saw a hunter ascending up to this spine where we just literally came down from last night. Looks like he's probably gonna push over to the back to glass that other basin where we know there's a spring down at the bottom. And then earlier, I thought I saw a deer here right from the tent. The hunter came up through this saddle and was walking down this spine. That's where I was planning to go.
Technically, we probably had the right to keep moving and make the play on the buck, but ethically, it just didn't feel right to push ahead of those guys. Reluctantly, we made the call to back out and let them hunt the spot. The beauty of hunting isn't always just about the kill. It's about immersing yourself in the land, observing the flora and fauna, fighting the elements, soaking in the views, camping under the stars, and absorbing as much new knowledge as I can with a good friend.
Cheers,
This is a game of timing and persistence. And even though the opportunities to push in on any of those bucks sooner was not in our favor, we put in the work and we found what we were looking for. It's public land, and hunters may unfortunately intervene at times, but it's the challenge that brings us back for more. But with the new knowledge I learned from Clint, I'll be back with a new set of tools and tactics for redemption later this season. Perhaps there's a unique parallel to draw between surfing and hunting. A sport not in competition against others, but against the environment itself. Both demand physical exertion, patience, and finely tuned skills, where success depends on reading conditions, timing, and instinct. The competition is internal and elemental. The hunter matching wits with the landscape, surfer matching rhythm with the ocean. Each engaging in a sport defined by respect for forces larger than ourselves. I hope you enjoyed watching this hunt, and as always, happy hunting.